These children claim to have been reincarnated from other people in past lives, describing details with incredible accuracy. In the 1950s, two young sisters named Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock died instantly in a tragic car accident in England, in which the woman who struck the car was not only under the influence of various drugs but also did so purposely because she was separated from her own children. Devastated, the parents eventually were able to move on when Florence Pollock became pregnant, again with twin girls who they named Gillian and Jennifer. The new twins showed remarkable similarities to their deceased sisters and were said to have memories of their past lives as Joanna and Jacqueline. Jennifer had a small birthmark on her left hip which mimicked a birthmark that Jacqueline had. She also had a birthmark on her forehead which was similar to a small scar that Jacqueline had in the same spot. Despite moving towns at a young age, the girls remembered details of the town, Hexham, where the previous girls had grown up. The twins exhibited behaviors and preferences that were consistent with their deceased sisters. They also became frightened and nervous when near cars, shouting things like, "The car is coming to get us." After the age of 5, the memories the twins had of their past lives began to fade. A young boy from Glasgow, Scotland, Cameron McCulley, claimed to have lived a past life on the Isle of Barra, where he had a different family and lived in a white house near the beach. At age 2, Cameron began making statements that related to his past life on this small island, saying things like, "I want to go to Barra to my other family." He described his mother and father with great detail, as well as the layout of the house. Cameron shared several memories of his boyhood life on Barra, but remembered nothing of his adulthood or his death. He claimed to have fallen through a hole in his old house and ended up in his current mother's tummy. His mother took him to the island to investigate his claims, and they discovered that a family matching Cameron's description had indeed owned a white vacation house near the beach. Upon visiting the home, the boy became subdued and sad and repeatedly asked for his past life's mother. The family who once owned the house was contacted, but there was no evidence of a child who died young. A girl from Sri Lanka, Purnima Ekanayake, claimed to have been a famous Buddhist monk named Mahayanananda Thero in her previous life. Purnima spoke of having lived before as an incense maker, saying she died when she was knocked over by a car while riding her bicycle to the market. Thero did in fact die in this manner. After being hit by the car, he was then run over by a bus, breaking his ribs on the left side and puncturing his lungs.
Strangely enough, Purnima had a large birthmark across her chest in this exact location. She was able to provide specific details about the monk's life, including the names of his disciples and the layout of his monastery. These details were later confirmed by researchers. Born in India in 1926, Shanti Devi claimed to remember her previous life as a woman named Lugdi Devi, who died 10 days after giving birth to her child. When Shanti was only 4 years old, she provided specific details about her past life, including her husband's name, the village where she lived, and details of her death. Devi claimed her husband still lived in the Mathura region of India and even spoke in that regional dialect, offering his name Kedarnath and profession as a merchant as proof. Eventually, the 4-year-old girl and her alleged husband from a past life met. The details she shared with him about their life together convinced the man that in fact he was speaking with the reincarnation of his deceased wife. Her claims were later investigated and found to be consistent with the life of Lugdi Devi. Perhaps these stories point to a phenomenon of serendipity and massive coincidence. Or could it be that God or fate or a conscious universe makes a mistake, takes a life that was never meant to be taken, and in turn gives that life back in a new form? Could the essence of what some believe to be a soul somehow be part of a collective consciousness that never truly dies, but returns always in new form, sometimes with memories of past lives that for most fade through childhood like cooling embers?